Is that Smiter's horn?
Oh yeah.
See. Head bridges, are we still getting those 75% plans approved? Is that what we're waiting on there?
Yeah, NGO is doing a review, and then I talked to Mike Betty. He's gonna do a little plan flip of them and give me some comments on buildability to get back to Pace about the Pace is People's Associates Structural Engineers. So we're close on that one. It's a simple plan set, and I don't really see any issues. I did reach out to R&B Equipment yesterday, and I want to follow up and make sure they got my email. I talked to Blake over there and told him they've been activated. So that's our demo guy. I sent the pile cap plans over to Young Richter, and Oakmount's going to look at them. We'll talk about that more, Victor. It's pretty simple. It's just a big, rectangular slug on top of the caissons with some rebar.
No problem.
I may be oversimplifying it, but yeah. Yes, continue, Jared. I like what you're doing.
I think we're still in negotiations on Arroyo, last I heard.
Yeah, heated negotiations.
A lot of friction there.
Calabasas, we just talked about.
Tracy Pet Bridges, I don't know if you mentioned that, but we addressed their last comment, so I suspect that we'll get a green light pretty soon here. One thing Mike told me was, make sure you guys are carrying the ball, because it can turn from all hunky-dory to total not being happy with you real fast. So we just got to keep that in mind. And that's pretty much on me to keep pushing on that stuff. So just wanted to state it, you don't want to be on the shit list. Yeah.
Fair enough. I see Los Altos has a start date of Monday, it looks like. Did that actually start this week?
Yeah, Los Altos, they are getting their tie-in inspection today. Javier had it all dug out and tapped as of yesterday. And so they should be backfilled and paved by 3 p.m. today. At least cut back paved, maybe not permanent plug, but they're on schedule, which is good to hear. Yeah.
Right on. But I haven't heard any new news on SLRH, so I assume everything's going well there.
St. Louise, the trailer, the modulars are there. Craftsman, the manufacturer, will be out there for the next month. So they're in place, hovering over the utility connections, and we've got to work through the details of what they want for their risers, because the plans aren't, the plans aren't right according to what, so we've got to work through some connection details. Let's just leave it at that.
All right, fair enough.
But we're almost out of there. We're close.
And then Davis is proceeding as
moving
normal,
along. Yeah,
Right
they're taking the treadmill this week, which is like the last piece of overX to do, finishing up utilities, and then they'll kind of start the buildings, and we'll see when they want to start the next phase of grading, which probably could happen maybe after they get the slab down. They get up on the slab. So
right on. Well, cool. Estimating side of things, I got an extra day on the Primrose Thornwood job, so that's due tomorrow now. The Kmart project got pushed back a week. Both of them had addenda. I scanned through the addenda. Nothing seemed to apply to our scope of work from what I saw. Next week, I'll also have the Canon self-storage project with Huff to bid, and the Starbucks and Antioch to bid to Deacon. And then the week after that, we've got the Holloway project with Deacon and Parkside West with Toll Brothers to bid. Couple projects a week for the next couple of weeks.
If you have any free time, I know that's a funny statement, but maybe when I get back, I'll help you. We'll do some outreach to make sure we get coverage for Parkside West. I know we got Victor in there for the concrete, which is good. That's a feel good thing, but we want to make sure we get, and I'll help you out with that.
Sounds good, brother.
All
All right. Michael, how's the sales side going?
Well, now that I'm back, I'm in full effect. So we're going to start ramping the sales back up.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Kind of a relieving feeling, right? The tooth.
So much. It's a
Yeah.
little uncomfortable now, you know,
Yeah.
but it's a lot better than what I was feeling. So.
Yep.
All right. So I assume Izzy didn't make it today.
Right.
No,
here.
he's in.
Where's that guy?
What's up, guys?
Oh, morning, Izzy.
So all we can
Morning.
see is one person at a time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there he is. All right. We didn't miss the Cardone segment, did we?
No. Shit, I was having technical difficulties over here, so I couldn't even connect to my Wi-Fi. You guys want to get those rolling?
Man, it all worked out like magic.
Yeah. You want to get those rolling now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We got a new module today, guys. It's why people ain't buying from you. And we got 3 lessons. We got lack of time, personal issue, and marriage.
Lack of time. Lack of time is a reason why people are not getting back with you. You have to figure out how to solve this time problem with this client to put your product, your service, your company back on their agenda. They lack time to call you back, to email you, to respond to your text, your personal business, to make time for another presentation is their problem and now has become your problem. So look for it. Look for creative ways how you can solve this lack of time problem. And trust me, you can't do that by better product, by explaining the product, by making the product better somehow, or by reducing your price. None of those things solve this lack of time issue. You've got to get creative. How do you take time out? Go to them. Quit asking for them to come to you. How do you do this? You send them information. Maybe what you do is you find out or just address overtly the time issue. I know you're busy. I know how busy you get. What can I do to solve your time problem? Since you did your presentation, personal issues have arisen in this person's life. Kids, marriage, legal problems. Who knows what's going on? Personal issues. The kid went off to a treatment center. That's probably going to delay this process. He does not have attention on your product or service, your company, and what you're offering right now with his kid going to a treatment facility. Or maybe he's got big problems within the company that you don't know about. Personal issues that are overwhelming him now that have nothing to do with your product and your service. That's why the follow-up is so important. That's why you need time. That's why you need to be persistent. That's why your follow-up has to be scheduled. Personal issues have now, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to plan to get something. You're going to get excited about getting a customer. They were all excited. Personal issue popped up. You didn't plan on that. He didn't plan on that. Put your deal off. Just stay with your follow-up. Concern about the money. This is a money concern customer. They knew it was going to cost money. They had actually an idea of what it was going to cost. And now this customer's dropped into, can we pay for it? Is this going to work for us? Will we get the ROI? I don't know if we can do this right now because the concern is about the cost. This isn't about your product. This is not about your service. It's not about your brand or your reputation. This is about the pure cost of the product. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I've used to resolve this cost issue. I can confront it straight up, okay? If they have the time, if they don't have personal issues, if this is still a concern that they want to address and handle a problem, then you need to handle the cost thing up front and just say, is this about the money? Is this about the cost of this product or service? The other thing you can do to find this out is actually expand the cost of the problem. Cost is a problem in their mind right now. I want you to make the money bigger than what you presented to them. I want you to make the problem actually bigger. Okay, I talk about this in our selling information, closing and negotiating. I want you to take the cost problem. Let's say it's a $200,000 problem, concern about cost. And I want you to elaborate that to being 300 or 400,000, okay? Because I promise you it's going to cost him more than 200 grand if he doesn't do it. And it's probably going to cost him more than the 200,000 that you presented to him if he renews 2 years from now, which means what? That's 400. That's what I want you to present to this client. Sir, it's not going to be really $200,000. Let me be honest with you. You're going to keep this product. Our average client's on it 8 years, 4 times 200. That's 800,000. You're looking at an $800,000 issue here, not a $200,000 issue. I've actually had people flip into the purchase because of that presentation and say, I'll sign for 2 years and I'll renew or look at that possibility at the end of the term. Okay. Third thing I want you to do is this. I want you to use other inventory to flush out the concern about cost, lower and higher. That is a more expensive choice to substantiate or justify this cost, concern about cost, which is just mental. Or I want you to go lower. Hey, why don't we take this, this, and this out, and it would save you $20,000, put you at 180 rather than 200. Concern about cost is a reason you don't close deals. It's a reason why you can't follow people up, and it's a reason why they're not calling you back. Call them out on it, try it, but do it in person. Do not do it on email. Do not do it on a phone call, and do not text about money.
Bam. So how do you tie all this in with your marketing? Put the message out, answer these questions, answer these doubts that they have in their mind, money, time, family issues, put them all at ease with your message. So get out there, get on social media, promote, promote, promote. Let's go.
And have more than one offer, right?
Yep.
We learned that the hard way. You know, we had one offer. We didn't have anything to offer lower. We didn't have anything higher, right? We just had to have one offer. It didn't work. As soon as we developed the other 4 offers, we started getting sales, right? So, and I think, like you said, answer the questions, like what's your marketing, right? Like what's the hold up time? Well, here's what your time is worth, right? We've done all that as we were putting together that webinar. You know, what's your time worth? What's it costing you? What's the estimator going to cost you? It's going to cost you 160 grand. So get started today with somebody for X that already knows what they're doing, right? So those are all really good points, Izzy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are on our way to Marina to meet with the Shea construction team during their site stand down for safety. And so we're gonna go put ourselves in the room where the money's at. All right, we'll get next to that source of power. Boom, feel the heat.
Love it.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
All right, guys, thank you for handling this, and see y'all again tomorrow.
See you guys. Drive safe.
Thank you.